Oh, well, I'm fully here. Let me just make a portal and then hop outside my body from there.
Why do I want to astral project? Because usually when I go to sleep, what I really want is to be asleep. Huh? Unless your aura is coming up above your head in a straight line, it's the fucking lighting. What colour's my aura, guys? Hello lovely people, my name is Emma. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. People often ask me, Emma, how old are you? What generation are you? Because you act like a grandma, but you look like a newborn goat. Well, today, I'm going to be watching TikTok in a web browser. So hopefully that clears that up. I don't TikTok. I do not have the app installed on my phone. I think my life is better for it. I don't wish to partake. I get funny animal videos on my Instagram, okay? I'm good. But I do hear of the TikToks on other social media and in person. I had a fun time diving into Christian TikTok a little while ago. But the thing is that people on TikTok seem to believe anything, and I wonder if it's because it's dominated by children. So we're having a look at spiritual TikTok again, just to see what the kids are consuming today, so we can worry about it. This is a video by Steve Marquet. The caption is, "Demons in real life!" Awkward sweat drip emoji. Hashtag demons, hashtag hell, hashtag Satan, hashtag Bible, hashtag sleep paralysis. So I think we know where this is going.
If a demon walks into your room whilst you're sleeping, just do what this guy did. There was once this guy called Lester Summerall who was going to bed like any other night, when his window bursts open and a dark presence enters his room. Immediately, he knew it was a demon.
I guess if you're like really hardcore religious and a dark presence enters your room, you probably would be like, that's a demon.
He said all of a sudden the demon began to shake his bed and moved it into the middle of the room. At that moment, he jumped up and he commanded the demon to get out in the name of Jesus. Immediately, the demon left out the window.
Fucking demon shit is so bizarre. Demons are real, they'll take over your life, they'll ruin your life, they'll make you unhappy, whatever mental illness you have is actually a demon, you know, all that shit. It's terrifying, they're very scary, and then when a demon breaks into a home in the middle of the night, it moves the bed a bit. Oh, is this a demon, or is this like Casper the Friendly Ghost? Maybe it would have been about to do something else really scary. Maybe it was like moving it into the middle of the room so it could drop a big anvil on the guy's head.
Sitting on his bed, a little bit confused at the situation, he then commanded the demon back into his room and said, "Put my bed back where you found it and close the window on the way out in Jesus' name." The demon obeyed every command he gave and put the bed right back where it was. If you know you have power over the devil in the name of Jesus, then subscribe for more.
If you know you have power over the forces of evil in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, smash that like button. What the fuck? TikTok is so fucked up. TikTok is so fucking weird. The hubris also of like, surely this is like a pride thing, right? Getting a demon out of your place and then being like, hey, come back here. Put my fucking bed back and close the window. I'm just going to quickly check the name of the guy. Lester Summerall. He was an American Pentecostal pastor. He ministered in Soviet Siberia, Russia, Tibet, and China. He established an organization called Feed the Hungry. Oh, and he started a TV, satellite, and shortwave radio Bible broadcasting. I'm sorry, I just got distracted because in his list of books, the first one is 60 Things God Said About Sex. Anyway, Real Brittany Dawn. Use discernment. Hashtag FYP. Hashtag for you. FYP is for you page. I knew that. Hashtag trending. Does it work? It can't work, can it? To just do hashtag trending and hashtag for you page on your that can't work, can it? TikTokers in the comments, let me know. Hashtag Christian, hashtag spiritual TikTok, hashtag Christian TikTok. Christians. Beware of this hand sign and TikTok trend. Satan is the father of lies and comes to deceive. Bitch, that's Baphomet. Excuse me. I hate TikTok. What's happening? Don't make me sick my children on you. That's my child. They are not Satan. They are their own person. I birthed them. Family portrait. I'm confused because she said beware of this hand sign and TikTok trend. And then she started doing this, and I thought this was the trend. Which I guess doesn't make sense because then she would be doing it. Why did she do this? Is it just a TikTok thing to do... I guess I'm answering my own question. Is it a TikTok thing to just do something to the beat? Like, I have to put a song in the background of my TikTok, and to make it not that I'm just sitting here... Why didn't she just say the caption out loud? Why did she do this instead? I don't fucking get TikTok. And then she said, like, beware of Satan, and just showed, like, 3 pictures of Baphomet. Is it this? Is that meant to be the sign? The comments are mostly people going, that's Baphomet. So that's nice. I got chills seeing that statue with the kids. OMG. My little Nemesis Now Baphomet has a tiny baby Jesus that I bought in Italy in its lap. And the baby Jesus is fine. They've been getting on really well. Baffy's a good parent. Chill out. Also, it's a fucking statue. I know that this isn't just TikTok. I know that that's what, like, the fringes of evangelical US culture is like. But it actually scares me to sit back in, like, as a normal person who is not always on the internet to be like, people are actually scared of a statue. That's fucking that scary. This is why I was afraid to do it, thought of something like this as soon as I seen it. This person sees people doing hand signs on TikTok and is like, oh my god, I bet that's fucking Satan. It's just a hand. That's just a statue, this is just a hand. So no 2 in the pink? I thought this one was on my side until I got, like, halfway through. There's millions of hidden stuff that people do daily means something to the devil. Lotta of us don't know it, and that's why we ask for forgiveness every day. They had us in the first half, not gonna lie. That's so sad. If millions of people do it daily, it doesn't mean anything. We're not being absorbed by... I guess some people think we are being absorbed by Satan daily. But, like, that comment barely made sense. That was clearly written by a child. How fucking upsetting is that? I wish for children to be raised secular, please, so that this doesn't happen. As people have rightly pointed out, this means this is... reference is as above, so below, which should also not be offensive. None of this should be offensive to a Christian. I've just realised that the children that comment was talking about are the children in the statue. I just assumed that the reason it gave them chills was because they were like, oh, real children and this scary satanic statue. They're not even real children. The children are in the statue as well. What the fuck is wrong with people? TikTok is like everything that is wrong with people, everything that is stupid is like times 1,000 by people being chronically online and then channeled into this just funnel of shit. Let's watch something else. This is by King Cassius. Everything we know is a lie. Globe emoji. Exclamation mark. This is so definitely a flat earther. Hashtag aliens. Hashtag spiritual TikTok. Hashtag giants. Hashtag Antarctica. Antarctica? Hashtag Bible stories, hashtag the truth, hashtag history, hashtag conscious. And it opens with this very clearly photoshopped image. Here we go.
What you know about rolling down in the deep?
Okay, so that picture I just showed you was a picture of a giant skeleton that they found in South America. But this is the scary part, is that they aren't just finding these skeletons in 1-2 spots, they are finding these joints everywhere. Literally everywhere. Especially in Antarctica. I have to make another video on that because the stuff they're finding down there.
He was trying to type Antarctica. He was trying to type Antarctica. He typed Antarctica. No wonder I was confused.
Well, literally, this is the thing. They don't know how to tell the masses the stuff they're finding down there because if it were to get out, it would kill religion as we know it. But, you know, the even scarier part is...
Then how the fuck do you know about it? They can't tell the masses. But me, a random TikTok dude in my car, has uncovered all of the secrets. Do you fucking live in Antarctica? I mean, we shouldn't listen to any of this because it opened with a photoshopped image.
These giant skeletons are just proving that there was giants walking on Earth at one point, but that these biblical and religious stories that we grew up being told...
Like biblical stories about giants are apocryphal. Most stories about giants are like myths and legends from religions that you're not supposed to believe in. You've given me stress hair, dude. King Cassius. I bet this guy isn't even a king. Just the way he said the stories that we grow up being told. The majority of Christian children are not taught the Book of Enoch.
Have some truth to them. But what's even more scary is if you know the story of the Nephilim, it comes from humans and angels having intercourse when they were told not to and create these giants. So that must mean that these angels or higher beings are real. Literally everything we knew is a lie.
So, because photoshopped pictures of giants and my wild speculations with no fucking sources that they keep finding giants in Antarctica, trust me, it's real, they just can't tell the masses. I know because reasons that I'm not even gonna make up for this video. Because those fake stories exist. The Nephilim from the Book of Enoch are real, and therefore angels are real. The end. What the fuckity fuck? I mean, what the fuck? Yup, and every time they send them to museums, they disappear and nobody talks about it. Then how the fuck do you know about it? They used to be giants. It says it in the Bible. Sweating emoji? Have I misunderstood the sweating emoji? Because I kind of read it as like a whoops, like a, ooh, that's awkward sort of, but it's being used a lot on the TikToks and I'm not fully understanding it. Compared to just life overall in general, I'm pretty young, but I can sense the generational gap between me and TikTok, pretty hard. We Muslims believe that the earlier prophets were giants. I didn't know that. Who lived thousands of years and our lifespan decreased with our height. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna live less time because I'm short. Does it? Antarctica is one of the most unknown places with hidden stuff that we never knew about. It'll come out, just watch. How the fuck do you know that? If you're just like a fucking random kid in some country that isn't Antarctica, how do you know that Antarctica is full of secrets that haven't been revealed? Just a crumb of critical thinking. Just a crumb. Just gonna hop onto Reuters real quick to look up the giant human skeleton scenario? I don't know what to call it. Okay, so these images originated on a flat earth conspiracy group on Facebook. So you know that's legit. Okay, well I'm gonna have to Google this because the link doesn't work anymore, but it looks like the original giant skeleton photo was part of a Photoshop competition. Yeah, look, here it is. Photoshop submission for Size Matters 4 contest. An American designer created this Photoshop on the 14th of August 2011 for Design Crowd. So this original giant image that circulated was created for a Photoshop challenge. Let's take a quick break from the spiritual negging to move on to a segment that I'd like to call, Is TikTok Dying? If, like me, you have noticed TikTok in pretty much every other headline that you've seen lately, you might be wondering what the heck is going on. Me too. Let's not beat around the bush. I am out of touch. For the first few months of TikTok's popularity, I thought it was the name of an up-and-coming musician, probably a rapper. Everyone was talking about TikTok in a music-based context at that point, okay? Eventually I realised it was an app, obviously. Thankfully, I am subscribed to today's sponsor, Ground News, so I can catch us all up at the same time. Ground News is a website and app developed by a former NASA engineer, with apologies once again to the Flurfers, on a mission to give readers an easy, data-driven, objective way to read the news. With access to over 50,000 news sources across the political spectrum, they allow you to compare headlines, and with every story comes a quick visual breakdown of the political bias, factuality, and the ownership of the sources. Those reportings are all backed by 3 independent news monitoring organisations. Let's just flip to the latest TikTok news. So here we go. The House of Representatives in the USA has passed a bill targeting TikTok that could lead to its being banned across the USA. That does explain all the headlines. The bill is moving to the Senate for consideration, with the US president ready to sign if approved. TikTok, a popular app with American users, is owned by a Chinese company, raising concerns about data privacy and government influence. Ground News tells me there are 389 articles covering this topic. The great news here is we have plenty of high factuality articles to choose from. The bias distribution on this is pretty evenly spread. It's literally 50% centre. Let's have a quick compare of a couple of articles just so we can see how the reporting is different across the political spectrum. On the left, both physically and politically, we have Mediaite. Newsmax host calls TikTok ban the dumbest legislation I've seen yet after majority of Republicans vote in favour. Straight away from the headline, part of the news story is the fact that the majority of Republicans voted in favour. That's already a political spin that is quite obvious. And on the right, we've got Metropolis Planet, local TikTok creator concerned after House passes bill that could lead to a ban of app. So on the left in Meteorite, we have Newsmax host Carl Higbee tore into House Republicans on Wednesday. Our left-leaning article is ripping into Republicans. Our right-leaning article is quoting Republican representatives. Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin, the possibility for dangerous propaganda is too immense to allow one of our foremost adversaries to have control over what is increasingly becoming the dominant news platform in America. Fuck, I hope that's not true. If people are using TikTok for news, I am very scared. These are great examples because the Meteorite article just quotes from someone ripping into Republicans. The Metropolis article just quotes a Republican. That is why it's so useful to know the political bias of what you're reading. Now we're finally up to date on the TikTok news, I can have a nice relaxing scroll through my blind spot feed. Ground News's blind spot feed covers news that is disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum. So on the left we have stories that have had little to no coverage in left-leaning media, vice versa on the right. Blind spot's a really handy way to avoid algorithms which continuously deliver you news from the same sources and the same political bias and just wants to keep you in your bubble. This way we get to actually experience what people with different political opinions and different political leanings are consuming, which allows us to be more empathetic, to have better conversations, to have a better grounding of what is actually going on in the news. Go to groundnews.com/Emma Thorne to check it out. Having the Vantage subscription has been so useful for me. Subscribe through my link to get 40% off the Vantage subscription. You get unlimited access to all the best features, such as the blind spot feed, which is about $5 a month. When you subscribe, you're not only supporting me and this channel, you're supporting an independent platform trying to make the news more transparent. Thank you very much to Ground News for sponsoring this video. Thank you for listening. Let's get back to fucking TikTok, I guess. What else is on King Cassius's page? He's got a pinned post about astral projecting. Caption is, "It's time to go. #Astral Projection tutorial."
Here's one of the easiest ways I found to astral project that is actually simpler than you think. So you know when you go to bed, right? And you go into, like, you're in this weird in-between state where you're half awake, half asleep. And it's like you're in the dream, but you're not. And then sometimes you wake out of a nice dream. And then you're like, no. And then you like lay your head back and then you jump back in it. That is actually a key point that you could use to astral project.
Just shut up. I'm tired, man. I was up astral projecting all night, in and out of my dreams, and now I'm fucking exhausted. You know when you're like half awake and half asleep, and you sort of wake up and then you fall back asleep and you go back into your dream? That's when you can teleport using your mind. Fine. Carry on.
So they always say to set the intention before you go to sleep to astral project. This is kind of like that, but you're using that in-between state. So you're literally either one, picturing yourself outside of your body already and like exploring your house. And you'll notice it starts to get clearer as you start to fade more into the dream realm. And so that already is making it easier to astral project because you're already...
Why? Not to ask too obvious a question. Clearly I'm an outsider to the astral projecting community. So forgive me for asking a stupid question. Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to astral project? Because usually when I go to sleep, what I really want is to be asleep, because then the next day I don't feel so tired. Why do I want to astral project instead of sleep? Comment below.
Envisioning yourself outside your body. So it's like you could already feel yourself being drawn and pulled outside of your body. Or two, you go into a lucid dream. You're literally aware that you're dreaming, but you're fading into that because you're playing in your imagination. So you're going to sleep and you're allowing your imagination to go, but you're aware constantly, this is me going into a dream. So it gets to the point where you're literally in the dream. So it starts to get more and more real to the point where you're actually in the dream. And then right away, then you're like, oh, well, I'm fully here. Let me just make a portal and then hop outside my body from there.
Is this Minecraft? Let me just make a portal. I need some blaze rods. I got some potions to make. Let me just make a portal. This is his astral projection tutorial. It's basically get really sleepy, lucid dream, make a portal. What the fuck are you talking about? Portal, wake up outside your body or wake up in sleep paralysis to then hop out your body from there. Oh, it's like the Doctor Strange thing. Jump out. Why would you want to do that? Astral projection is how to have an out-of-body experience. But why would I want to do that? I don't want to look at myself sleeping. I probably look weird. I just want to sleep. Is that so wrong? I need more coffee. I just want to sleep at night in my bed. It's so cozy. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I got more coffee. Alright, one more because he says I astral projected into a black hole and I've got to fucking see this.
So I asked you guys what you think would happen if you astral projected into a black hole. And you guys had so many different hypotheses, but what I didn't tell you...
Bro, Wake Up in Narnia is not a hypothesis. It's a fucking joke. You know what will happen if you astral project into a black hole? Fucking nothing, because you can't astral project. What you're doing is imagining being in a black hole. You're imagining it, and it's more vivid because you're doing it while you're half asleep and dreaming your way into some crazy scenario. So fucking anything could happen because it's in your fucking imagination. I'm swearing a lot today. I hope YouTube doesn't tell me off.
Was that I already did it. Listen to me, time and space literally fold here. Everything is happening all at once. You are everywhere and nowhere at the exact same time. Nothing is nothing and everything is everything. This is the root.
Well, he started off strong, but you're not everywhere and nowhere. It's just the time dilation would be so strong. For you, it would feel like, theoretically, it would feel like normal. But outside of the black hole, it would be like you've slowed down impossibly slow. I hope I've got that right. I was reading about white hole theory a little while ago, but because I am just a silly little guy, it's possible that I've already forgotten most of it and misremembered it. So correct me in the comments if I'm wrong.
To where everything in the universe exists. Everything comes from and originates here. And this is where time, space, and light...
What do you mean everything comes from and originates here? In that specific black hole you're in? You gonna make me Google black hole to check what I fucking know? The reason I'm interested in white hole theory is because it's still completely theoretical. We've never observed one, but that's exactly what black hole theory was until we saw them and we're like, oh my god. And I think that's really fucking cool. So a black hole is a region of space-time where gravity is so strong that nothing, including light or other electromagnetic waves, is capable of possessing enough energy to escape it. Black holes of stellar mass form where massive stars collapse at the end of their life cycle. After it's formed, it can grow by absorbing mass from its surroundings. Supermassive black holes. Supermassive black holes. I can't. It's very hard not to. Millions of solar masses may form by absorbing other stars and merging with other black holes. I mean, it's fucking cool, right? It is very metal, but it's not everything and nothing, the origin of all things. The whole universe exists and doesn't exist in this space. There's nonsense. This caption, time, space, and light bend, which is why it looks like how it does.
You can tell that it's
black hole.
because of the way it is.
That's pretty neat. You can tell time, space, and light bend because of the way that it is.
Mix. Black holes are gateways to all other realities and universes within our super universe. And we call this place it brings you the void. And the void is a place in space and time where you could access and go to any dimension in any reality, anywhere, at any place, at any time. And so in our definition, it's a wormhole and it gives us access to all other areas of our universe. These things are...
I say this based on a dream I had about it. I don't even know I'm not even convinced that he has these like lucid dreams and shit like this. I think he is just making it up on the spot right now. I think he's just making it up and throwing in as many deepities as possible because he knows it will get a bunch of views on TikTok. Astral projection is dangerous in your own if God doesn't allow you to. What do you mean if he doesn't allow you to? Is it like the fruit tree thing where he's like, no, 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 and then sort of pretends to look away where he's like, oh, they're doing it. They're fucking doing it. I knew it. Is that what God's doing with astral projection? I went through black hole and saw myself opening a gateway to technology in skulls. That was my bad. One more time, Mama. We can do this. I went through black hole and saw myself opening a gateway to technology in scrolls within my plus electric field, and I feel to multiple levels of time. Cool. Go touch a grass. Cassius, touch one grass.
A message for each zodiac sign.
Oh no, the voice. Why does this... this is a thing I don't understand as well. Why does TikTok use this AI voice for everything? Why doesn't anybody talk on TikTok? Some of them do. Cassius talks. I wish he didn't. But why does everybody else like, a message for each zodiac sign? What? But why is that? I don't get TikTok. This is me.
Someone you thought you could trust
Gemini.
has completely shattered your heart. You don't know whether or not you should hold on to this connection or move on. Trust your gut. This person may not be good for you.
Someone I thought I could trust has completely shattered my heart? Fuck. I missed that. I guess it's okay, because I didn't fucking notice. I love the creator comment on this one. These apply to Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or any heavy placement of it in your chart. If it resonates, it's for you. That's astrology. If it sounds like it applies to you, then it's probably actually your Moon Rising placement from a month ago on the what, you know what I mean? Like, just trust me. Trust me, bro. At least this is relaxing. It's got like calm music, there's nice crystals and cards. I'd take this over fucking the demons are coming every time you wave your hands around. I'd take this any day. It's still not real, but of all the not real things, it is preferable. I think a lot of these things are just any way to form a little bit of community, a little bit of a club. You know, people in the comments being like, come on, Pisces, we got this, we can do this, come on, Sagittarius. And then people are like, oh, that's me too, we can support, you know, it's a little way to support each other and find connections. And I think that's basically harmless, especially when it's like a vague reading available for free. Although my one was a bit worryingly fucking specific. You know, like if you want to sip some nice herbal tea, light some nice smelling incense, hold a crystal, and, you know, think about cards for a while, you fucking go for it. Just, you know, take it easy. Here's another lucid dream themed one by Learn Lucidity. So at least this TikTok is very specific about what it teaches.
You're sleeping wrong. Let me explain.
Fuck, that's the one thing I thought I was good at.
Many people, including you, have always fallen asleep by simply closing your eyes and letting your mind drift off.
Uh-huh.
But this isn't the best way to be sleeping, especially not in 2023.
What changed last year about sleeping? The best way to sleep? Why is the best way to sleep different post 2023? Did I like accidentally hibernate for a few years? What the fuck is going on? How have I missed all this shit?
If you're trying to improve your life and enjoy every hour of the day...
I'm pretty sure that said if you're trying to improve your life. Oh yeah. Yeah, it did.
You need to know how to lucid dream. Lucid dreaming is
Why?
one thing that almost anyone can do. Even you watching this video. Simply...
What? But why? I get the interest people have in it. I like the temptation of being able to control my dreams. It sounds like playing a video game. But I need to lucid dream if I want to enjoy my life?
by implementing a few simple things into your life. Within the dream, you can control anything and everything, doing whatever you want, whenever you want. If you've never tried lucid dreaming, not only are you missing out, but...
It just ends. First of all, the caption was, how to lucid dream. Bitch didn't teach us anything about how to lucid dream. It told me I need to lucid dream if I want to improve my life, if I want to enjoy my life. Why? What is TikTok's problem with being asleep? If I spent all my energy worrying about or working on how to have the best dreams ever, I might not be so focused on enjoying my life, because lying down in bed is apparently the place to have the most fun. And, you know, it can be. With these 60 things God said about sex. Huh? Okay, this is by Kinkyo. The caption is, wait, go ahead, try and tell me you don't see that. Hashtag green aura, hashtag spiritual TikTok. A yellowish green aura. That's amazing. I saw it before you put your hand up, so that's either the lighting or you have very strong invisible aura. This poor person. I think it's the lighting in your room, because no aura is that strong. I don't know though, so don't come at me. Fucking TikTok. People are afraid to say, bitch, that's your lighting on on this freeze frame, you can see the green light. Like, unless your aura is coming up above your head in a straight line, it's the fucking lighting. But this appeals to a million children who are interested in spirituality because they're all like, oh my god, I can see your aura. Wow, you're amazing, and more importantly, I'm amazing. That's so cool. All the comments are like, you have a strong aura. I'm confused though, you have a greenish yellowish background though, no? I do see auras. Don't get me wrong guys, don't kick me out of the club, I do see auras. I just don't know if this one is maybe the lighting? Reminds me of the pistachio cheesecake I saw today. OMG, wait, I actually saw green. Like, we all fucking saw it, it's a video. We have eyes. I don't pretend to have any spiritual ability to see people's auras. I saw the green light, because I have fucking working eyeballs. Oh my god, TikTok is the worst. I hate TikTok. I really hate it. I thought you were Billie Eilish for a second. There's 23,284 comments of people being like, oh my god, I can see your aura. Shut this site down. Ban TikTok. I've decided it doesn't deserve to be a thing anymore. Can you see my aura now? Can you guys see it? What color's my aura, guys? Fucking goddamn fucking... I'm so annoyed. It's so annoying. It annoys me. No wonder, like, fake news is all the rage when people see this and are like, oh my god, your aura's amazing. The kids are not all right. Sorry, I got a little bit het up. I got a little bit het up by spiritual TikTok. Someone hasn't been a loyal friend because they're actually jealous of you. Let's see who it is. Your intuition knows too. Short. Uh-oh. Uh-huh. Girl. Oh, fuck. Uh-oh. Known for a while. What did that say at the end? Comment if you have an idea of who. But this is going out to everyone on TikTok. Like, anyone on TikTok can see this. The second top comment is, joke's on you because I don't have friends. And then, I have no short friends. I'm the short friend. I'm just angry because it describes me. Lovely people, I gotta confess, I'm just jealous of you. I've not been a good friend.
Let's talk about Sanpaku eyes and what they mean, specifically when the whites are on the bottom of the eye. As you can see from Aaliyah, the whites of her eyes are under her iris.
Wait. But everybody's iris is in the middle of their eyes. You can open your eyes wider, or just look down or up, and then you're... Am I taking fucking crazy pills? Do you understand? You know what I'm saying, right? Like, I guess naturally... Fine, let me get my phone camera up. Let's see where my eyes naturally sit. My whole iris seems to kind of take up my eyes. Is that because I have sleepy eyes, though? I think my whole iris seems to kind of... Right, unless I do that. How could that mean anything other than just, like, a bit of interesting genetics? So this is based on traditional Chinese and Japanese face reading. I think I have normal eyes. Yin Sanpaku is if your iris naturally falls at the top. You naturally have white under the eyes. Yang Sanpaku is where your iris is naturally at the bottom. Hey, I do have normal eyes. Go me.
It's said that people with this typically live a tragic life and something tragic is approaching.
What do you mean it's approaching? They have the same eyes their whole life. Like, when is it approaching? Because something tragic is going to happen at the end of everybody's lives. Not to be the bearer of bad news.
A lot of times the eyes aren't like this naturally. They turn like this over time, and that's when you really want to be cautious that something dangerous may be approaching. Let's look at some other famous examples. This was like one season before Abby Lee went to jail and ended up in a wheelchair.
And you've taken a screenshot where her eyes are really wide, so you're gonna see more of the whites of her eyes. Just a crumb of critical thinking. Just a crumb. Please? Just a smidge. Somebody else points out that Abby Lee Miller has white eyeliner on. Yes, if you put white eyeliner on your underline, by the way, it makes you look more awake. I always forget to do it, but when I do, I look like I have my life more together. Great, now all the YouTube girlies are going to make videos and argue about who has Sanpaku eyes and who doesn't again. Again? This has been like a drama before? Even this emoji has Sanpaku eyes. Okay, let's get some fucking healing. Let's get some bad energy protection. Because I have absorbed a lot of bad energy through these TikToks and I need a cleanse. This person has beautifully manicured hair, so I trust them with my spiritual self.
If this video has reached you right now, then this is no coincidence, because the universe...
It's not a coincidence. I saw it, and I clicked on it. He's already fucking on it.
...has sent me to you during this time to help remove bad luck, curses, hexes, evil eyes, and I'll be further protecting you against toxic people and bad energies.
Apparently it's too fucking late. Some toxic person broke my heart a while back and I didn't fucking notice. So I guess let's protect from it happening again.
Accept this energy protection today. Then all you need to do is simply nod or say I accept.
Oh, I'm ahead.
Let's begin.
I accept. Oh. Okay, it's a bit close. If you have been feeling negative energies lately, I would recommend staying around till the end. I can help you remove any type of energy that's weighing you down. That's amazing that you can do that in a video on the internet. 55555. I'm sorry, I don't know why that made me laugh so much. It's like a subliminal message. It's like all this text, like if you've been feeling bad energies, stick around. And you know what? Calming music, nice motions, a pretty crystal, a little bit of placebo effect, ASMR. This is probably going to make a lot of people feel relaxed and better. It's not really much different from like a little meditation. It's just the like, this can help you make you feel better. 5555555. It's like his phone number.
I would like to call in Archangel Michael
to
come on through to you to help to shield and to protect your energy.
Okay. An aura sodalite. It vibrates at a frequency to help connect you to the cosmic consciousness, lifting you into a higher vibration. Well, those were all words, so...
I can guarantee that if you believe this healing with an open mind and heart, that anything that does not belong in your energy will simply slip away.
Well, you can't guarantee that. That's a very sneaky guarantee. He's probably going to be right because of the placebo effect, like I mentioned before, and just the fact that this is a nice, calming experience. Like, I don't have a problem with Reiki, which I think is what he's doing. I think this is a Reiki guy. I don't have a problem with that in general because it's like, it's basically like massage, but without actually touching a person, which I kind of vibe with. Like, the touching bit of a massage, while usually helpful and the reason I go for a massage, is still kind of awkward. And just being in a calming place with somebody who seems like they know what they're doing and some nice crystals and nice smells and nice sound of birds in the background, that probably, again, it's just like, you know, doing a meditation. That probably is going to help lots of people feel better. But there's something fucking sneaky and sinister about saying, if you're watching this correctly, if you have an open mind and heart, then I guarantee I will get rid of your negative energy. And if that doesn't happen, if you're here because fucking something terrible just happened in your life and you're still feeling bad at the end, you didn't have an open enough heart or mind. It's your fault. It's not that I'm peddling bullshit. It's not that this is just a nice placebo effect that maybe doesn't work for everyone, which would be fine to say. No, we have to guarantee that if you're watching this correctly, I will heal you spiritually. And immediately, what I thought was like a really nice, chill vibe has pissed me off again. So let's stop there. That's what's up on spiritual TikTok right now. That's the latest from TikTok. I'm not expert enough in those areas to know if the security concerns are legitimate in terms of like the Chinese government or whatever. But in terms of the content that spreads around there and the hundreds of thousands of people, most of whom are clearly children, that are just like, yes, I do believe in this fucking giant hoax or made up spiritual bullshit or, you know, like the doing as above, so below as a hand sign will get me taken over by demons. The number of people that believe the things that people say on TikTok, most of which is bullshit, is just very, very concerning to me. This is the next generation of Facebook conspiracy theorists. That is what I believe. You can do your lifestyle and your spiritual shit if you want, just don't make it gross conspiracies and don't just fucking lie. Don't lie about having a really powerful aura because the lighting in your room is... Oh! I think that is the thing that pisses me off the most. I think that's the reason I get actually annoyed, is the willingness that people have to just make shit up for the sake of clicks on social media. Do let me know your thoughts down below. If your heart is full of Jesus, smash that fucking like button. Remember to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss future videos. If you haven't seen my Everything is Demons Christian TikTok video and you liked this, then maybe go and check that one out. Try popping that notification on so you don't miss my videos. Consider becoming a channel member if you want some silly little emotes, some comment priority. If you got really good shit to say and you want me to see it, that's a way. The best way to support this channel and the silly little stuff that I do is via the Patreon. Consider coming and checking that out at patreon.com/EmmaThorneVideos. I'm demoing some merch ideas at the moment that I know some of you are going to be very excited about. With that, I must give a big old thank you and a shout out to my giant chickens and colossal quackers over on Patreon. Especially Conla. God damn it, Conla. Most importantly, have yourselves a very lovely week, and I will see you really soon.